What up? Today is Friday, August 21st. It's been at least 10 days since I've uploaded a video or even recorded a video. I was super busy. I had to take my sister to school, and then I had a family reunion I had to go to. And then now I'm up visiting my girlfriend, which is awesome, and I have no complaints. But I just had a lot going on and haven't had enough time to film. But the past couple weeks have been pretty good, right? I've hit my goal for what I wanted to make on the personal account for the end of the month, which was to get the balance to $1,000, which I did do. So let me show you all that in the journal right now. Last week was not a good week. Mentally probably wasn't a good week. I just did have a lot of things going on, and I was moving my sister to school and then having to deal with the party. So trading that week probably wasn't the best idea, because you can see, I can get it in a little closer so you can see. I had a lot of just close early trades, like this one, -$9, minus or plus $1. And then all of these are scale-in positions that I had on oil. So literally I lost basically $150 just on oil last week. So I ended up removing oil from my watch list for now. I just don't think that it's worth the trade at the moment. So yeah, I backed off that. So pretty much I just have all the major pairs. I just have all the major pairs, gold, and then silver is like, I'm just looking at it for the most part, and if price is giving me something that I want to see, then I'll probably take it on that. Especially if gold didn't give me the entry that I was looking for. But jumping into this week was a very, very great week. I tried to take oil again on Monday. Did not work, so I took it off my watch list as of Monday. Normal trades Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, I ended up closing the Euro GBP and the Euro USD and GBP USD trades that I showed you guys a while back ago. So, right, so here's those. I had scale-in positions with that as well. So like if I go to TradingView, you can see what it is. Here's Euro. Here's that trade, right? What I ended up doing is I caught this whole move, right? From down here all the way up. Oh, that's super low. There we go. Caught this whole move, and what I ended up doing to get my scale-in positions, I took a fib from before where price was starting to move at to where that push happened, where the push ended at, corrected. So I ended up having a scale-in position at I had limits set all at the 38, the 50, and the 61.8, which is fine, perfect. I ended up getting a scale-in on both the 38.2 and the 50. And then I rode price all the way up to where sellers are up here. Simple, right? And for me, I think most people get what they get wrong with scale-in positions, and why scale-in positions actually end up hurting them more than they should, is they are risking too much. Their scale-in positions are weighing more than the initial position that they were trying to risk, right? So for me, how I do scale-ins is I can't or don't allow myself to scale in at all unless price has allowed my first position, my main position, to be break even. Then my other rule with scale-ins is if I do decide to scale in, all of the scale-in positions that I have can only equal to the amount that I initially risked on the trade. So if I risk 10%, the most that I can have in scale-in positions is 10%. So that way my risk isn't affected, you know what I'm saying? That means that no matter what, if whatever happens, if my trade goes against me on my scale-ins, my initial trade gets hit break even, and I don't lose more than what I was initially trying to risk on this trade to begin with. So that's how I've used scale-ins. And that was my Euro USD, and then the same exact thing happened on GBP USD, right? From this buy area that we were talking about, you know, whenever the last time I filmed was, to taking it up to these highs that I said I was gonna do, and that's exactly what happened. So, I'm gonna take a look, same exact scenario, right? price came down. I ended up getting entry, first push, correction, second push, right? Take my fib, right? From the base of where the move started all the way up to where the move stopped at. And I got 1 and 2 scale-ins. I did not get my third one, right? And price rode all the way up to right to my take profit, which is perfect. Now the last trade, if we go back, so we have, those are 2 trades that I took this week, Euro USD and GBP USD were the 2 trades that I took from last week, holding into this week. Trades that I took for this week was the oil trade that I took a loss on, then NZD USD and gold. So I will show you those now. NZD USD, same exact scenario. You go to the daily time frame, right? We're at this level of where buyers like to buy at, especially you can see it on the weekly. I zoom this down, right? We're at an area where you see buyers are keen to buy at, right? Perfect, perfect, and perfect. And we came above that level. I think it was, actually we didn't actually fully come above that level, last week, but then price cracked it down, came back up, gave me a higher high above this level. Perfect. After that happened, first gave me my first push, then that's the correction. Drop down, time frames. 4-hour time frame is completely bullish. What I ended up doing was I drew a fib, but I didn't set limits on this one. What I did was I drew the fib to see like, okay, where's price most likely to pull to, right? So for this correction to be fully fulfilled, right? And you can see price would have hit all of my limits if I had set them, but I didn't. What I ended up doing is waiting for a normal PCP like I always do, right? Drop down to the 1-hour time frame. You can see that we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price then starts building up, gives me a higher high on Wednesday, 2 in the morning. Perfect time to enter right at London session. And yeah, the rest was history. I did not catch a scale in on this position because when I drew my fib from here, from the base of this move up to where price stopped at, you see that price did not come back. I had limits set in case it decided to, but it didn't. So no biggie, right? So that was it. I ended up closing that position out for, let's take a peek. If you go in the journal, I closed NZD USD for $161.10. Cool. And then I ended up closing gold for $169.88. So let's take a peek at what that position was today. So we have this level of buyers, right? So I'm on a daily time frame right now. This level of buyers that we're at. So we have buyers here, here, here. Did not mean to move that. Here and here, right? I knew that this white line here is some sellers that are here. I figured that price would get to this level and struggle a little bit, which it did. But overall, I could have kept holding for today if I truly wanted to. But the overall level that I want to target where the sellers are is up here. So I know that price is gonna get to here as long as the weekly time frame stays bullish, which it is. We could have a little bit of a correction for a high or low next week, which to me would be awesome if we get that, because if we do get that, I would just be looking for more buys. I would just wait for price to just shift structure and continue for me to have this continuation up. But same exact thing, right? So you have this level of buyers. We had that first push above. The market then corrected, right? Dropped down to the 1 hour. Same exact thing. Nothing's different, right? Low consolidation box. You give me a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, another low, a lower high, another lower low. Price then gave me a higher high, right? Breaking through my box at 7 in the morning. So that's where I took my trade yesterday, Thursday. Price ended up hitting my take profit this morning for $169.80 something cents, right? So overall, this week was very, very good. It's probably one of the better weeks that I've had in a very long time, which is fine, right? I made over 300% in this month alone. So let's take a look at these stats real quick. It's going to show a lot of trades, 22 trades. And the only reason it shows 22 trades is because a lot of these are scale-in positions, not main positions. Main positions, I probably took a total of 6 trades this month, 6 to 7 or so. So I have 13 wins and a total of 802 profits with a 306.78% gain on the account so far. These are some of the other stats for August. The majority of my trades that I see that are going to be winners are held for at least 18 hours. So that's cool. That's good to know. Good stats to know. But a lot of my trades are a day to day and a half, all the way up to 5 days, and then I have a 6-day hold as well. But right now the balance on the account is $1,035.23. The reason that the balance is different on Trader Waves compared to my actual personal account is I just did not incorporate commissions and fees on all of my accounts. That's it. I just didn't feel like putting in the fees and the commissions or how much I was winning or losing. So on Trader Waves, this is the raw amount of money that I've made this month, which is $802. It is $802.29 so far. So I have my largest win was basically on gold, and it's added it up basically. So I've taken 2 trades on gold and I've made a total of $379 on gold. GU, I've made a total of $183. EU, NZD USD, a total of $161, and EU, a total of $149. My losers are coming from oil, which is a lot, and then silver's in there too for about $5. Monthly profit, right? And then my win streak right now, 3-day win streak in terms of what's it called? In terms of placing trades, right? But the holding of these days are much longer. But I've had a total of a 9-trade win streak at the moment, which is great. And overall, I'm very, very pleased with how this month has gone so far. So I'm gonna basically just take this weekend to really think if I want to trade next week. I have hit my goal that I wanted to hit for August, was to take, a $200 account all the way to 1,000, which I've done that, which is perfect. And now I'm looking for, one, I need to set a new goal for September, and then 2, I need to understand if I want to trade next week, to be honest with you. The market really ripped this week, so the likelihood of price wanting to do the same again next week is not very likely. It's most likely going to be a retracement week for a lot of pairs, which basically means that there's nothing going to be happening. So it's just playing it safe and being safe with it, making sure I preserve my capital and not give any of it back. So I think for me personally, the next goal that I think is pretty doable is to take this $1,000 account to $2,500, because $1,500 seems pretty doable to me, considering I just made 300% this month. I'll be risking $100 per trade now, not $40 a trade, which is bless. Which now my basic winners turned to about 300 or 400 bucks, which 400 times 3 is 1,200, 400 times 4 is 1,600. So all I need is 4 1 to 4 trades, and that puts me at that goal for 2,500 for that month. So that will be, I think 2,500 is a pretty realistic number. So that's the goal. Take the new account from 1,000 to 2,500 next month. And yeah. Other than that, there's not much else going on. Like I said, this week's over now. The market's officially closed as of an hour ago. And all I'm looking to do now is just sit and ponder and think about how the week went, which I think it went pretty good, and how to keep improving. So for now, I will see you guys Sunday, Monday, or whatever, what have you, when I film next, whenever I pick up the camera. So remember that I love you, God loves you, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.